أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Assalamu alaikum everyone. This message is for the born Muslims and the reverts, or also known as the converts. The first part of the message is to the born Muslims. My dear brothers and sisters, this is a very humble reminder that we do not own the religion. Islam is not ours to keep. Matter of fact, we are invited to this religion by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we are in it because of the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So do not confuse the Muslim culture and the religion. So please do not feel that you have the ownership over this religion. It's not yours. It's God's religion, and He invites whomever He wishes to invite to. Now, the second part is for the reverts, or also known as the converts. My dear brothers and sisters, do not feel that you are second class. Matter of fact, if you want to think about the Muslim community now, think about the Prophet ﷺ and his time. Most of his followers were actually reverts. They were not Muslims. They actually came to Islam at different ages. Some of them were teenagers, some of them were children, and some of them, or many of them, were actually grown-up men and women. So do not feel that Muslims who are born Muslims, they are doing you a favor. Remember, the relationship is between you and God. It's between you and God. Again, it's between you and God. Keep that in mind. Now, the other part of the religion that I really want to focus on, and it takes us back to the time of the Prophet ﷺ. Islam is about brotherhood and sisterhood. So my dear brothers and sisters who are born Muslims, when somebody comes to the masjid or whatever they want to state their shahada, do not just say takbir and count them as a number and let them be. They are not. They are human beings that were invited by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They have chosen to give up every single thing in their lives. They have decided to go against the odds in their communities, in their societies, by changing their entire life. For once you invite someone to the religion, expect them to be willing, if they say yes, willing to be giving up a lot. So do not go to them and say, oh my God, welcome, we're really happy, and if you need anything, please let me know. They will not let you know. They will not let you know. Most of the time, reverts, they will not come to you and say, I need help. Guess why? Because first of all, when you say, if you need help, what you mean by that is that if you need to learn how to pray, if you need to learn how to do this or do that in the religion, but you do not mean if they need social help, if they need someone to help them financially because maybe their families kicked them out, maybe because they lost their job. That's not what he means. And you are wrong for not meaning that. The Prophet ﷺ during his time, every time somebody comes to Islam, he will do everything that he can to make sure that they are stable financially, socially, and so on. And their learning is part of the process. Unfortunately for most of us, we get really excited, we start teaching the reverts and converts how to pray, how to do this, how to do that, and we do not care about when they go home and they go back to that struggle of trying to change the way they live. Also, they are not angels. Remember, the Prophet ﷺ, when he was receiving the revelation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it did not come in one shot. It took 23 years. People were still drinking. People were still committing sins. So do not expect the reverse to change overnight. That will not happen. And most importantly, you're not perfect, so do not expect them to be perfect. Alrighty? So this is a humble reminder for myself and for my brothers and sisters. Islam is not owned by born Muslims. Yes, we have the Muslim culture, but that does not necessarily represent Islam. Islam is the religion of God, and He invites whomever He wishes to. So reverts and converts, you are our brothers and sisters, and you have ownership. If there is a term that we can use, you have ownership into this religion. So take it into heart and remember, it's a relationship between you and God. It's not a relationship between you and those who might make you feel inferior or make you feel that you are being favored by them. The only favor that you have is a favor from God, and it's a blessing. So embrace it, take it, love it. And again, for my born Muslims, please, please, please remember the reverts and converts. They're not a number. They're human beings that were invited by God. So out of the blessing of God, that He might give you that opportunity to help them at all aspects of life, not just how to worship. So please take that to heart, and I pray that we as a Muslim community will improve and please Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.